Hello. Maintaining health is not an one moment or a, or an activity you do only when you're sick. As you're maintaining being healthy, you tend to protect your health, which is better than prevention of diseases, which is better than cure, seeking cure. Because when protection of health goes a little off, then it's a domino to a little down where there's a problem, and then you got to um, work on healing it, yeah, or resolving it. And that could be expensive. So when we don't have a perspective on what is healthy, is often sometimes when we fail to protect health. And then you need to work on preventing diseases, which is like you have the Johari window, and then instead of paying attention to the important quadrant, you're paying attention to the urgent quadrant because things have gotten a little urgent. Yeah. So prevention of diseases, then you need to work on that. And you come to preventing diseases when you see there are some downfalls from diseases. Otherwise, it's just there. And then further, where you don't have to go to cure, because that gets more expensive. So, what may some of the points of reference be for health that you then are better well off protecting so things don't go downhill? Yeah, things don't go into a not so happy place. Is, for example, the word happy itself. The movie A Wrinkle in Time has reference to an entity, a person named as the happy medium. And one of the lessons he speaks about is that happiness is a fine balance between complementary opposites. So he kind of stands on a certain shaky plank that keeps going this way, front, back. Yeah. So they are complementary opposites. And to be happily standing on the plank, like it's like standing on a seesaw, but don't try this. Yeah. Because if your body is experiencing a certain imbalance between the left and right sides, chances are your happiness is already a little imbalanced. So you don't have to stand on a level surface to see how to balance it. Yeah. Instead, notice how is, for example, the tension in your elbows, left and right sides. You got two elbows. Yeah. And they are kind of aligned along the sides of your diaphragm, somewhere around there. And when you pay attention to the tension in your left versus right elbow, and if there's an imbalance, chances are your diaphragm is also imbalanced, or there's a difference in the tension, because these two are very closely related. And when there's a tension, you tend to hold your middle part a little more tighter, because in finding balance, chances are then your pancreas, diabetes concerns, for example, or stomach, acidity concerns, liver, fatty liver, the entire body's chemical factory is kind of around the liver. Yeah. And if the liver is not functioning as well, then a lot of metabolic processes face a little difficulty. Similarly, spleen is also related with stress management, amongst other factors. For example, maintaining the health of your circulatory system. The red blood cells regularly go through disintegration so that the new cells are formed. Yeah. So stress, anemia concerns, they may be coming from the spleen health having to be maintained well. And if any of this is not functioning well, they in turn have send signals to your brain, and then your thinking is a little cloudy. Yeah. And then when your thinking is not so clear enough, what comes out of your mouth may not necessarily be uh, corresponding with how the situation is, because your brain perceives things like doomsday. Everything is a problem because your internal system is a kind of experiencing different kinds of tension that then signals your brain that everything is not so fine, because and then you don't see life in a healthy manner. All you see is, oh, there's a lot of problems, and the problems are not yay, there are problems. Yeah, you're like, oh my goodness, problems. Yeah. Problems don't seem like an opportunity for making things better. That is, for example, one of the signs that your health needs a little maintenance. You need to protect your health of your thought lines, health of your emotions, health of your physical experience, health of your worldview. What do you wake up for in the morning? Is it inspiring? It all kind of has a domino effect, kind of layers on each other. And some of these signs, when you're paying attention to any of these signs, are a certain point of reference for things have gotten a little like that. Yeah, it needs a little health improvement. So that it's not a doomsday. Yeah. But an opportunity to, yay, yeah, we're alive and we got so many things to do. And they may all seem like problems, but hey, you're here, becoming better. This world's a cocoon. Yeah, all opportunities. Okay. In the sense you have so many problems. Yeah, you can see them, but you don't see them as, oh my goodness, problems too. Opportunities. You solve one problem, you solve another problem, things just get better, keep getting better. Yeah. And then you'll make a list of problems. And then you start working on, this can be solved, this can be solved. Some things you need resources, and then you get that and work it through. Yeah. A perspective that helps maintain health of your life is thinking that everyone is living in our own universes. Everyone is living in our own universes, which means you live in your own universe. And if you're not going to take care of your universe, who else will? So people in your life, the government, yeah, the security guard, the beggar on the street, WHO's list of diseases. Well, there are many, many diseases or many, many lists. They're all problems. But if you care enough, what can you do by which you can start addressing or learn skill sets or develop resources by which you can slowly, slowly address the problems in your universe? Yeah. So with the resources you have available, or you do things by which you acquire skill sets, have the resources by which you can then slowly take care of your universe, which means everybody on planet Earth, different planets, galaxies, the universe at large, as we call as universe, is all part of your problem. You have 100% of the way to go. Yeah. Because any opportunity for solving any problem in the world is from being alive and on this side of life. Otherwise, you could have all kinds of problems, but it still takes for you to have a body that's human and being alive to be able to solve them. So you might as well work on them right now. Yeah. So protection of health, as you're improving health, and it's not seeing, oh, so many problems. As you improve your own health, the whole world seems like an opportunity. And then you can have resources. You have people around. There are people with different kinds of skill sets. And as we're working it together, yeah, which means you would need to work with people, working it together, as you're able to share your worldviews, there are more people thinking that makes more sense. Yeah, it's more beneficial. And then we would have more people having a healthy, wealthy, wise life. And then you wouldn't have to think, I'm less, they are more. Yeah, they have their own universe, their own business. And you have your own universe, your own business. Yeah. But for you to do well, it helps for them also to do well. It's like a farmer, yeah, takes care of his or her own land, piece of land. Neighbor also have their own land. But if their land is not so very healthy, pollination, insects, for example, could affect your land. And then you wouldn't be so happy. So if you notice a problem in your neighboring fields, let them know so that they also continue to do well. You also continue to do well. Yeah. And then They also healthy, wealthy, wise. You also healthy, wealthy, wise. And we have multiplications of healthy, wealthy, wise. So we're not going to face any problem anytime soon. Yeah. Because we're watching out for which is a problem that needs solving. Yeah. And when you solve a problem, that's one problem less you don't have to deal with anytime soon. And when you can sustainably, like, never going to come back kind of problem, then you have other things to work with. For example, such a big universe, yeah, and how to live in life in the multiverse. This can happen for us, our neighbors, neighboring countries, neighboring continents. We have other planets, yeah, where life can live in well. So then you can think in terms of what's going to have. I mean, life is a two-way traffic. If those planets can influence us, we can also influence them. Yeah. So we must already be doing that. But not being aware is why life is not showing up as well in other planets. Okay, so I have those thought lines. So I have been working through several thought lines and I've come to we can live in life in the other planets in the multiverse. Yeah. So it helps. Um, so I'm sharing all of this because this is possible. This is what I see is possible. This is also original human intelligence. So it's like a seed, dark soil. We are all like root parasites. We are dependent on one person, another system, yeah, an entire set of systems. You're all like root parasites. You're dependent. And then sometimes, as a baby, we were a parasite in our mother's womb, yeah, dependent on food and existence. And over time, now we may be a parasite on the entire system here, yeah, to be alive. And then dependent. Then over time, as you're functioning in such a way that your mother also don't want to kill you off. Yeah. Similarly, neighbors around, they don't want to kill you off because you're also helping them do well, just as how you're taking support from them. That's also how you support them, they support you. It's called the sandalwood tree. Yeah. It's also called as a root parasite. As you're growing in such a way that supporting and then taking support, yeah, it's also humanity cross boundaries. But it's in a supportive way, improving health way. Over time, you come to have resources well enough to be able to support many people. Yeah, just as they support you. That doesn't stop. In that sense, we never stop being a dot. Yeah. Earth is called a pale blue dot of the night sky. Yeah. Such a big universe. Yeah. And Earth. And we are on Earth. So it's a matter of scale, but it's still a dot. Yeah. So we never stop being a root parasite. Yeah. We're always dependent. And to that extent, as we are working on improving the health, the conditions of how things are, we begin to start enlivening life in the multiverse. And for that, we would need to remember that we are each in our own universe. And the world you see out there with its list of problems, challenges, is also your problem. Yeah. And it's not oh my goodness, I have so many problems in life. Paying attention to the left and right sides of your body begins to better the health from balancing complementary opposites. It's not just left and right, there would also be front and back and also up and down. Yeah, up and down. Yeah. And then diagonals also. Yeah, left versus so this way, this way. There are many diagonals. There are many dimensions, directions by which we would need to maintain health of the matter. Yeah. But when you notice that something is off, chances are there is complementarily something off, like this. Yeah. So maintaining balance of different directions, different aspects is important to maintain happiness. Otherwise, you go a little upset about it. And then our worldview over time becomes a little, yeah, chakravyuhad. Yeah, and you're into the mire of stuff. And then, God help us, or Savior. Yeah. When you're paying attention to certain signs of health, it becomes easier for us to not get into that mire. Yeah. And even if you do, to function as a root parasite without disturbing, jostling, to support who are there around and support yourself in such a way that you're coming out of the disturbance. We have Andromeda Galaxy in different stages of merging with Milky Way Galaxy. So I think the twist that Andromeda Galaxy brings is slightly different from what we already know in Milky Way Galaxy. So it helps to pay attention to the left twist and the right twist, and there are many spins. Yeah. So sometimes you could be getting a little aged. They say the right side of the body goes through a different, becomes a little shriveled when compared to the left. Certain signs of aging, apparently, they say. But consider that that's also because we're not paying attention to the balance between left and right sides. And when we do, you're not going to age anytime soon. Because attention is also then kind of gets you screwed up. And then you get a little creaky. And then left versus right, your heart is a little less open because you're getting a little screwed like that. And then you go like that. Yeah. It's also called aging. Yeah. So I hope this gives you pause for thought. This at least has you thinking a little more in terms of the balance between left and right sides, front and back. And there is a way by which you can reset the balance. I call it as recalibration. Yeah, by which you recalibrate how is the relationship between the different tissues in your body, between the inside and the outsides, because we're all related. We are basically the Lord of our own universe. So when you're jostling, doing things, many things fast, that kind of has a little effect on the environment around. So movementless yoga is also slow yoga. So if something's gone a little too tight, you slowly release those tensions so that others are not getting jostled. They may be doing things because they don't know better. Yeah. And they may be in a tight spot because they don't know what all is affecting. And then when you slowly release tensions, they are not going to get into a tension anytime soon. Yeah. Nor are you going to continue to have a little discomfort. Yeah. So everybody then slowly, it's like a fabric. It's a little too wrinkled. If you pull on one side, the other side also gets affected. When you slowly release the tension, everybody's having a pleasanter experience. That's also a call how you unwrinkle the fabric of time space. Yeah. And then we all have a better experience, better health. The fabric of time space heals slowly. Yeah. And there is a how of it, further details. What would help to contribute towards it? What will help so that you're becoming better, but others may not be. Yeah, there could be the win lose, and then several fine details. We will look into them. We'll address them little by little. So I have 5 subjects for which to address the matter. But this video speaks into learn to have anti-inflammatory presence using nothing. Yeah. But it also speaks into anatomy and physiology of a humane being. Okay. And a little bit into healthier natural breathing. Yeah. So these 3 are 3 subjects. The other one is writing my way. Another one is Sri Chakra conscience. Yeah, I'm thinking, so these names may undergo through some changes depending on, I call it as internal redistribution of units. When I find something is better, then I update my naming system and yeah. So then the values are better available. So 5 subjects. So if you're interested in any of what I've spoken about, would like to improve the quality of your own universe, contact me and we will all get better. Yeah, and a multiverse in livings, a little moment at a time, one step at a time, one breath at a time. Yeah, one day at a time, today at a time. Where the word today means we are doing something today so that we have a day today. Today. So here it says improvement. Instead of the concept of tomorrow or yesterday, it's always a today. So what you're doing today improves activities today. Like you have the Christmas day. Yeah, you have the New Year's Day. And for you to look back and say, what a year. Yeah, you need to keep improving your paying attention to your today. Yeah. So there are certain concepts and some thought lines like this, which are likely to have your life be a pleasanter experience. do contact me. Do let me know in your in the comments what you think. Thank you so much for your kind attention. Thank you for your interest. Good day.